but we also have a Columbus location that we service out of as well. So I myself have been with HealthAid for almost 18 years, which is unbelievable since it was supposed to be a summer job. But I've been here for a long time now, and it's a great company. So I did provide I do have a little presentation just so you guys can kind of see some of the things that we offer on the rehab side. As I mentioned before, we all are a full service medical equipment company. So we do supply everything from basic equipment like diabetic supplies. We have a retail showroom with lift chairs and things like that, bracing, respiratory, durable medical equipment like hospital beds and lifts and things like that, all the way up to custom manual wheelchairs, custom power wheelchairs, customized seating, and we are local. We are located in Parma, Ohio, which is where our retail showroom is. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen real quick here if I can figure it out. Go. So just to tell you a little bit about HealthAid of Ohio, some of the things that we are really proud of, we are nationally recognized by JCO and we have been since 1984. We have service technicians across Ohio to meet the needs of patients, before, during, and after equipment is delivered. We're contracted with most major medical insurers, including all Medicaid plans, Medicare plans, all the MyCare plans, private insurances, as well as workers' comp. We are the contracted provider for the VA Medical Center as well. We have dedicated credentialed ATPs all across Ohio. We actually have 2 brand new ATPs in the Cleveland, or one in the Cleveland office and one in the Columbus office, which is very exciting. They just passed their tests recently. Both of them have medical backgrounds, one of PTAs, both of them. So that's excellent. We have a network of wheelchair clinics across Ohio in the Cleveland area, all the way down through Columbus. We offer pediatric, adult, bariatric equipment. We also just have been really working hard on getting a remote telehealth basic option set up. So we've been doing a lot of that, especially through our VA locally and in Southern Ohio, where for individuals who are at higher risk, we have the ability to either send somebody into the home so they can have kind of remote assessments and deliveries and things like that with clinicians who are elsewhere, or we can provide sort of, if the patient has the technology, we can do evaluations and some services remotely, without being in the home as well. We do have pressure mapping, and so that's an option. And we have a whole separate part of the business that does accessibility equipment. So ramps and stair lifts and some vehicle modifications as well. Okay. We like to think of ourselves as a partner for all mobility. So whether it's a simple scooter or power wheelchair or something more complex, we're available to help with that. We have demo equipment that we're always happy to provide, whether again it's manual or power, and if it's not something we have in our office, we're always available and happy to help with figuring out and sort of navigating the manufacturers to provide that wherever it needs to be, whether it's in a clinic setting or in the home. So standard power wheelchairs, sometimes, those are appropriate for certain patients. They are nice because they're more cost effective. They do come with, kind of comfortable basic seating. Sometimes they're easier to transport if they can't be broken down. Through insurances, a lot of the standard insurances like Medicare and private insurances do rent these items. So that's always good to know. Complex power wheelchairs and manual wheelchairs, we do a lot of those, pediatric, adult, bariatric, with standard seating all the way up to custom configured or custom molded seating, whatever is appropriate and necessary for the particular patient. We have a wide array of seating that we can provide, and we are contracted with all major manufacturers in the US and elsewhere. So everything from standard and pressure relieving and positioning and custom molded seating. And again, to mention, the pressure mapping is an option. We have the body track system that we are using now, which has been very, very handy. And then, like I mentioned before, home and vehicle access products. We do have the ability to, either over the phone or in person, provide estimates and options to whatever would suit your vehicle or home. And we have a whole department that specializes in just that. So the phone number is right down here at the 1-800-762-5438 and either extension 355 or 363. And that is about it. So again, I've got the information up here for our Northern Ohio and Southern Ohio locations, as well as our website. So you can always give us a call if you have any questions. All right, how do I stop sharing my screen? There we go.
Does anybody have questions for Catie?
How do I stop sharing my screen?
There should be something maybe towards the top, a little red button.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, now I got getting used to this.
Okay.
Yeah, and even if it has any specific questions or whatever, and I can always follow up separately too.
Yes. Let me get, and here's Catie's email address one more time. As soon as I get this message off, there we go. So there's Catie's email. If you think of any questions or want to get a hold of her for any reason, please do so. So Catie, thank you so much for being with us today and for being a sponsor of ours.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We are in a middle of a break, so you have about like 4 minutes. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to type them in. If you need to take a break for any reason, we will resume with our last session in about 4 minutes.